Your West Tennessee hillbilly. It's like 29 degrees or something, or colder. I don't know. It's cold out here. I gotta get back to this truck. I'm gonna have to turn the heater on. I don't normally do this, but I'm cold today. Oh, the third eye is out of line. Oh, let's get some heat going. That gum, it's cold, y'all. Oh man, man, I don't know what to say right about now. I'm fixing to start speaking my mind, man. Hey, I've censored myself into silence. Suspicious skies, how's it going? Man, it's like in the mid 20s right now up here in Jackson, Tennessee. It's colder than a well digger's butt. I ain't lying, man. I'm freezing. I ain't normally cold natured, but usually it don't get this cold until January here in Tennessee. Still using that old plasma lighter. Still working. Can't complain. It's not as good as a flame though. You can't light up like it's harder to light up garbage. Yeah, you're like, yeah, y'all. Some parts of Florida had some freeze warnings going on. Man, I'm telling you, I've been trying to warn people. This is gonna be a cold winter this winter. Man, I've ordered trapper hats. That's got the flaps, and it came with a mask and everything. I'm fixing to. Excuse me. I'm fixing to. I hate to do it, but probably the only place that got thermal underwear is Walmart. So I need to go get me some thermal. The pants part, I ain't worried about the top. I'm cool on the tops. But man, you need to wear layers. Man, the wind's blowing too. The wind chill's like 18 degrees. It's crazy, man. This is only December. Is this Alien Invasion Day? Hang on, is this the third? What's the date? Yeah, oh yeah. The prophecy's supposed to come true. It's the alien invasion. We're gonna have a war of spaceships blowing each other up in the skies above our heads. Here today or tomorrow. They're saying the third or the fourth. According to that thing that predicted Trump back in what was that, 2009. The only way and the only way the prediction works is if an event happens. And the event that happened was Joe Rogan and Trump interview. And if that happens 30 something days afterwards, there's going to be an alien invasion. What was that guy's name? Chris High came up with a computer program that watches everything on the internet. And somehow, I don't know, man, just some crazy shit. Oh, man. Yeah. Man, it's like you look up in these skies, you see faces everywhere, all different sizes. It's just crazy looking, man. And what people can't understand, this concept of reality that we live in, this reality exists in that dimensional realm where God and the devil and everybody is. You know what I mean? There is a spiritual realm that this reality exists in. I'm telling y'all, man, look, reality is not physical, reality is spiritual. But people can't figure it out. That's why you're not supposed to. I mean, if there's one thing in this reality, how am I trying to put this? Let's say you're dying, right? Let's just say you're on your deathbed, you're about to die. Nothing you got really matters anymore. You know what I mean? Nothing you had, the money, the vehicles, the house, None of that matters because you're fixing to leave it all behind forever. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got people, they're just about to take their last breath and they're still trying to hold on to everything. Well, that's going to keep them here. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say. If you have one thing, see, that's what, during that deer wreck, that's what I think kept me from, how much, it made me come back. Because when I saw what was fixing to happen, I thought to myself, so this is how I'm going to die. And right before I hit the deer, I had a thought, what about my dad? And I don't know if just that physical thinking about one physical thing in this earth made me have to come back. But I went somewhere where there's like living love, man. I mean, living. It was alive. It was love. Like, it's all it was just love, energy, just love, just flowing and around you and in you and going through you. It was crazy. Then I wound up back down here. Damn it. I hate that too. And I remember my last thought up there was, who the hell's holding me? Well, I didn't say who the hell. I thought, who is holding me? And this ain't so bad. And I went to turn around to see who was cradling me. And I was in the middle of the damn deer wreck tumbling down the road. Yeah. Come back to this physical reality. Man, it was nice wherever it was I was at. Wasn't really nothing there. It was just, it was like a blue with darker shades of blue. I could tell behind me was where I just came from, but I didn't realize, where I just came from. But I could feel I just came from that direction. It's weird, man. It was like I was in a room, but there wasn't really a room. It's just hard to explain, man. But I was there, as real as it is, right? As real as I'm seeing stuff right now, that was as real as this is. Because I was there. Ain't like, man, I tell people probably don't believe me, and I'm starting to hear more stories of people remembering being born. And I definitely remember it. Because I remember, I'm looking, I'm seeing all these crazy lights. They were in chrome. Well, I didn't know what chrome was then. They were just shiny, silver, bright lights, checkerboarded tiles on the wall and the floor. And I remember thinking, where am I and what am I doing here? I remember that. I remember seeing all that and going, where am I and what am I doing here? So I came from somewhere. That's the crazy thing about it, man. I evidently I'm not like other people. I don't know. I mean, to remember, and the only thing that concreted the remembering being born was when I died in that deer wreck. Because it was the same thing, man. I woke up cradling the arms of someone that loved me. I'm talking about the love just was everywhere. And I thought, this ain't so bad. And then, boom, 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 next thing I know, I'm like, what's going on? I was in the middle of wrecking. Oh, have I been missing the chat? Yeah. It ain't a Bob Ross painting anymore. But my problem, this is my problem though. I'm beginning to wonder, it might sound crazy, but I've been listening to like some Enoch and stuff like that. And then if you think about the fallen ones that bred with the women, well, they had physical giants, right? Well, those giants were breeding with women. And all I'm wondering is that DNA is still on this earth, and the physical DNA of the Nephilim is still here. And what I'm wondering, do I have a slight percentage in me? Is that why I have the ability to sit there and like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like being in the astral plane while you're awake. You can see things. I don't know how to explain it. Like objects. I can look at objects or I can touch an object and I can tell the history. I don't know, it's just weird. But I've never tried to focus on any of it. Now I have, you can make things happen. Trust me. You can make things happen. But that energy that we're in here is very easily accessed for evil. It's harder to use it for good. And you don't have to sell your soul to use it. You just gotta know how to do it. And I don't know how to explain it. It's annoying. I don't know. Will, what's going on? You snuck on in here. Let me turn this thing off. Gas is not cheap, you know. I got it pretty warm up in here. Pretty daggum warm up in here. Man, y'all. It's gonna be a cold winter this winter, I tell you. West Texas, what's going on? Well, I mean, yeah, the whole deal is all this, every bit of all that we see and know is due to spiritual energy. The source of everything is the Spirit of God, you know what I'm saying? The Creator. Which I still can't figure out because who created him? I'm pretty sure there's a creator above the creator. And that creator has a creator. Because if you look in the Bible, it's talking about being good stewards of the land and the livestock and the people and your servants or whatever, right? I don't know where I was going with that. But I was going somewhere, dadgummit. That's like different companies, man. Some bosses, man, people love to work for. Some bosses, man, screw them. You know what I mean? All they're about is you making them the money. They're not worried about how you're doing, just as long as their income. Don't miss any days and don't try to leave early because that's less income for the owner. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, oh, okay, you got to take care of your personal needs. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like my tags are about, well, they'll be due in the end of January, right? So somehow, this guy thinks that you ought to be able to do that on your off time. But, if you explain to the man, hey, the courthouse is only open from like 9 in the morning to 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon. Well, within the business hours that I have to work. And they're not open on Saturday or Sunday. So how do I do this on my personal time? It's just crazy, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it. When people start getting money, the more money they get, the worse they are. The greedier they get, the less they worry about others, the more they worry about them. That's like my mom. That woman got millions and millions of dollars, but she acts like she's broke. She was gonna give me a little, I don't know. It wasn't gonna be a loan. It wasn't anything I asked for. She just wanted to do something nice. So she's like, I'll pay off your land. I'm like, okay. That was 2 years ago. But she really wants to help me out, you know what I mean? So 2 years ago, she's going to pay off my land. I even told her like a year ago, hey, if you do what you said you want to do, I'll pay you back. You know, hey, if that's why you're not helping me after a year saying you're going to, I'll pay back whatever you know. Still nothing. I mean, all I'd do is cut out a land note, which would give me more, um, pocket money to save up. That's the whole problem. When every bit of money you make, you have to use to survive, to keep going to work, to make the money to survive, to keep going. That's the whole thing. We're living to work. I'm serious, man. There ain't no other. Look, I work all week to pay for coming to work all month. You see what I'm saying? One of my weeks of working pays for my gas and lunch. That's crazy, isn't it? I have to work a whole week in order to ensure I have enough money to make it to work for a whole month. So that gives me 3 weeks of paychecks, right? So I've already cut my income by a quarter due to the fact the expenses of coming to work. Huh? The government wants another quarter of everything I got from that month. Huh? Well, there goes another paycheck, right? So there goes another week. So I've only got 2 paychecks really to work with, right? I mean, that's simplifying it. So out of working a whole 4 weeks, 1 month, I'm able to use 2 weeks worth of my paycheck. The other 2 weeks goes to taxes and expenses to get to work. You see what I'm saying? And then they keep raising everything up on the grocery side and on the gas side. Well, that's starting to cut into my get to work money. It's got to come from somewhere, right? Or do I just stop eating, which I have, or I have done, I should say. Craig, what? Greg, wait, I can't see. Craig, how you doing? My job just sucks. It's the same thing all the time. I can't make any money. I don't know, man. It's like this shop, this body shop is like just a little something extra here at the auto mechanic shop. You know what I mean? It's not like it's being run like the mechanic shop is being run. It's being run like a hindsight, or not hindsight, like it's just forgotten about. You know what I mean? And then I tell him, look, man, let me paint up one of these trucks with a cool ass paint job and we can get more business in. He's like, people aren't gonna want some crazy paint jobs. They want it to look factory. I'm like, no, dude. If you want to make the quick, easy money, custom paint jobs the way to go because it's easier than restoring these pieces of crap that I've been having to do. I'm talking about it's a difference. If somebody comes in with a car and it's got dent, yeah, you can charge them for the dent. But if they got a slick car, it's gonna be cheaper. It's gonna be easier to do because you ain't got to do all the damn Bondo body work, metal straightening and all that. But no, you can make. I mean, they're a pain in the ass painting motorcycles. They're a pain in the butt, and it's tedious work. And I'm talking about like a Harley Davidson. Which one is that? The Harley, the Goldwing or something like that. The one that's got all the fiberglass saddlebags and all that stuff on it. Man, you know, counting the tank, the fenders, and everything. There's 14 pieces you've got to paint on that bike, and you've got to have it off. So you take the bike apart, basically, and you paint all the pieces, and then you got to sit there and, you know, buff them out or whatever, put it back together. I don't know. It's kind of, it's more tedious in that way. You got to take more stuff apart and put it together, I guess, but it's easier because you don't have as much surface area that you're having to sand, but it's a whole lot more tedious. Now, I don't mind a Ninja or something like that. Oh, those, man, you got two side panels, front fender, cowling, gas tank, rear fender. It's just, I forgot, what is it, seven cowling, seven pieces or something. But they're a lot easier than doing a Harley Davidson. But I can't get him talking into it. He's stuck. He's got like, and it's weird. He's only a year and a half older than me, but he's got my dad's mindset where he's stuck in like 1950. And I'm like, man, his way of thinking is just like my dad's was. Crazy. I remember a long time ago, I told my dad, I go, look, if I can get you to help me get, it was like a 1966 Corvette kit car body, right? I was like, look, help me get this kit car body. I'm going to build a rolling chassis. It's got a roll cage in it. I'm going to put weight jacks. I'm going to make it a street legal race car. And man, he's like, that'll never work. There ain't nobody gonna spend good money on a daggum kit car. It wasn't a year later. 5-star kit cars had daggum what was it, the F80 Ford and all sorts of kit cars, and they just, man, bloomed up like crazy. And I looked at my dad and I was like, you know what? I would have been ahead of them. They were like the first kit car manufacturing place that sat there and sold completed cars. That's exactly like I was talking about doing. So I'm always ahead of the trend. I just can't never get backing, and I don't have any way of doing it myself because it's just how life is. A day late, dollar short. Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. What am I missing? Yeah. Man, it looks like the state trooper is pulling a scam. The state trooper had an 18-wheeler pulled over, and not 200 foot behind it was another 18-wheeler pulled over by a state trooper. I'm like, yep. They figured out they got to meet their. If we can get our quota in, we won't have to work so hard at the end of the month because they're looking for Christmas. All right, what time is it? I probably need to go inside. Oh yeah, it's time to go. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a great day.